Peace, y'all. So, really quick, I know I look a little bit of a mess. Don't really care. And it's perfect um, that I look like this because the video I'm about to make is sort of going to speak on it. So, yesterday I did a young lady's hair for the first time. She's 17, beautiful little girl. And I've seen her around the neighborhood growing up. And, you know, it's really sad because you see the light in the eyes of children when they're children, you know, maybe like 9 and younger, 10 and younger. Some children, they hold that light a little longer. But a lot of children, you know, once they get into that adolescence and the teenage stage, it's like they just completely change. They're basically mini adults at that point, you know what I mean? Because they have all the stress that we have, if not more. So whatever the case is, I seen that switch in her one day when I seen her, and I'm like, oh, that's that same little girl that used to be always bubbly and, you know, high energy, and she just would look really sad and stuff. I spoke to her a few times, but she just seemed kind of distant. So long story short, I was approached by her guardian to do her hair. And as soon as I started talking to her, she just let me know what she was going through. And I appreciate that. You know, I'm always here to have a lending ear for someone. So I told her that I understand exactly what she's experiencing. A lot of us go through it, you know. The kids in her school were being really mean, bullying her. She's a mixed young lady, so she has the big curly hair, which could be bushy and matted and tangled if you don't take care of it properly. A lot of people don't know how to care for their hair. Not just mixed people, but regular, you know, full black people for that matter. They don't know how to take care of their hair, you know what I mean? So she's just going through a hard time over the past 2 years. Over the past 2 to 3 years, how she explains it. And that is the length of time that she neglected her hair. Her hair was literally in mats and tangles. It was like 2 sheets, like 2 or 3 different sheets of hair, just completely tangled and matted. And it's been that way for almost 3 years. And she, you know, she didn't even believe that she could have her hair back to what it was. So I went in, I did my thing, and while I'm doing my thing, I'm also pouring into her, you know. And I was explaining to her that the only time we can become moved by a situation or by a person or by words or feelings, like the only time we could be moved by something and allow it to change our energy is if we acknowledge it, right? So I can't be offended at something that you say to me if I don't first acknowledge and second accept it, right? Because it's a two-part thing. Like, you could call me ugly right now. You could say my hair looks weird, it's 3 different colors, it's not giving what it was supposed to give, this ain't that, you played yourself. And first of all, I'm gonna agree with you. That's first of all. But second of all, even if I didn't agree with you and I thought it was fabulous and you told me that, I have a choice. I could either acknowledge and dismiss it, meaning I heard you, I understood what you said, I do have ears. It's not like I could just stop hearing, you know. I didn't get there yet. Turn my hearing off and on at will. But I have to acknowledge it. So I could choose to acknowledge and dismiss it and not care about what you said and just go on about my life and not allow my energy to be changed. Or I could acknowledge and absorb it. And that's when I'm going to either, you know, whatever it is that you said, whether it was something good, I'm going to absorb that good thing, or it was something bad, I'm going to absorb that bad thing. And see, we don't only absorb negative things. Like, it's easy to absorb a negative thing, especially if you already have a low self-esteem. So I was telling the young lady, I said, like right now, I could sit here and tell you, you are beautiful, you are worthy, you are magnificent, you are marvelous. I could tell you that your hair is gorgeous. I could tell you that your skin is flawless. I could tell you that you are special and you have a purpose in this world. I could tell you all these things. And as I was telling it to her, I said, it's up to you to accept it or not. Because you could acknowledge and dismiss that as well. You know what I mean? So I wonder why it's so easy for us to acknowledge and accept the bad and not the good. And I know it's hard, you know. I know it's hard. Because we're human, and a lot of us are very much alike. And if you wasn't built up from a young child to have confidence, it's going to be very hard to adopt that at a later stage. I get it. I do get all of that. But here's what I told her. She's literally allowing another person equal to her to make her feel less than, right? So her peers are equal to her, right? Even her teachers are equal to her on the grounds that we're all human. You're not better than me. I'm not better than you. I'm not better than a 10-year-old child because I'm 36 and I'm a little bit smarter and wiser, if I am even that. That doesn't make me better. That just makes me older, and that makes me a little smarter and wiser. And I should use that to pour into people rather than break them down. So we are complete equals. Okay? I'm equal to a newborn baby. The baby doesn't deserve more care than I do. It may need more care and attention, but what I'm saying is it doesn't deserve more than I do. I deserve just as much as anybody else. I deserve happiness and peace and good health and wealth. I deserve, vacations, and I deserve everything. And so does a baby or an 85-year-old grandmother. So I explained to her that it is ridiculous to allow someone that is your equal, right? And that would include everyone. Everyone is equal. Even the animals. I'm not better than a dog or a cat or a fish because I could speak a language that they can't understand, because I'm stronger or bigger than them. That doesn't mean that I'm better. That doesn't mean that I deserve more life. That doesn't mean that I deserve more protection. We all deserve to be protected. We all deserve a good quality of life, whether it's an ant or a buffalo or a person, right? So if we're all equal, your peers are equal. Now I'm talking to everyone that's being bullied. And this is what I said to her. You are allowing people that are equal to you to make you feel less than. They're no better than you. Not one person here is better than you. And of course I'm talking about good people. I'm not talking about the rapists and the serial killers and the weirdos. We're talking about good, decent people. Not one person on this earth is better than you. We all are wonderful. We all are from nature. We all are from the universe. We all deserve love and respect and happiness and kindness and joy. Why would you allow a person equal to you to make you feel less than who you truly are? And furthermore, why would you acknowledge and accept it? Why are you letting them tell you who you are? Because before they said that, you didn't feel like that. And as soon as they say it, now you feel like this. Why are they so important? Why is that person so important to you? They shouldn't be. You know? And there are going to be people more important to you than others, like maybe your parents, your friends, your children, your immediate circle. Maybe their opinion will matter more than others, but if their opinion isn't serving you, then you shouldn't acknowledge it either. Because sometimes parents are toxic. Sometimes kids are toxic. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that, you know. But sometimes they were bred that way. Sometimes we were made this way because of situation, because of circumstance, and we were not strong enough to rise above. Do not give anyone power over you. Do not allow anyone to take power away from you. Nothing can happen without your acknowledgement and your cooperation. I have to acknowledge you first and foremost. I have to absorb what you're saying, and then I have to cooperate with that notion that you are saying something true. And then I have to hold on to it. I just gave you all this power for what? For someone that's not serving me. You have no positive interest for me in your mind, in your soul. So why would I accept anything from you? Advice, opinion, energy? You remove yourself from those people. So it may be hard because I know we want to be accepted. And not only kids, like adults want to be accepted too. Like adults want friends, you know. Adults want companionship. There's never really a point in a person's life where they don't want to be accepted. Even the outcasts and the loners want to be accepted. 9 times out of 10, they're only outcasts or loners because they don't feel like they fit in. And it's hard. It takes a lot of growth to get to the point where you could be alone and you could be happy and you could be patient and wait for your tribe. I'm at that point now. Like, I'm honestly at that point now. I wasn't before. Before, I wanted to be accepted. And it's not to say that I don't now. Like, it's great when people accept me and love me for who I am. Most people do. But at this point, I don't care. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to waste my time or energy serving something that's not serving me. I want to feel good. I like to feel good. I stay in my lane. I mind my business. I don't mess with nobody. I'm not messy. I don't bother you. Don't bother me. But I wasn't always this way. I mean, for the most part, I was always this way, but I was still very immature, I could say. You know, I messed up a lot of relationships, especially with men, because of my immaturity. So I grew a lot. It takes time. And it takes time to be able to build confidence. But that's what we need to do. We need to build confidence in ourselves so we can choose the right things to acknowledge and accept, or we acknowledge and dismiss. Because our happiness is our own. No one can make you happy. I asked her, she said she misses being happy. She misses feeling good and stuff like that. She said she used to be happy. She remembers when she was. She said she misses that person that she was. I said, well, you could never be that person again because you grow every day. You're a different person now. I said, but you could reinvent yourself to be better. And it's an everyday process. We have to train ourselves, just like we train ourselves at work to work a new job. We have to train ourselves to serve ourselves. We serve everyone else. We want to please everyone else. Are we pleasing ourselves? Are we happy with ourselves? Are we satisfied with ourselves? The more I become satisfied with myself, the more I become at peace with everything. I'm going through things. I go through things. It may seem like I'm unfazed. That's what y'all see. If that's what it seems like. Maybe it seems like I'm a mess. I don't know. But I can't wear it. I can't wear my struggles anymore. I refuse to. I refuse to wear my burdens. I refuse to carry them. I leave them home. They're sitting there. I have them. But I put them away so I could do what I gotta do. And then I revisit them when I'm ready to unpack it, one by one. Maybe I could do with this right now. Maybe I could do with this next week. Maybe I'm not going to deal with it at all, depending on what it is. You know, if it's memories, I'm not going to revisit that. And if I revisit it, I'm not going to stay there. She told me, this young, beautiful lady told me she was so angry. She said she's angry because of broken promises. She's angry because of situations that happened that were out of her control. She's angry because of things that people did to her. Unwarranted. She didn't deserve these things, and they did it anyway. She has a lot of hate and anger in her heart. And I said, I understand that. You know, and I asked her, I said, what can make you let go of that? She said, well, I try to let it go. She said, I really try to let it go. This is a real conversation, y'all. She said, I really try so hard to let it go. But every time I think about it, you know, I just start fuming, and I just keep thinking about it, and I get angry. And I said, oh. I said, why don't you stop thinking about it? She looked at me and said, well, yeah. That's easier said than done, though. I said, no. Hold on, slow down. I said, listen, why don't you stop thinking about it? Stop thinking about all the things that hurt you, that broke you, that made you angry, that make you sad. All of your regrets. Stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about the pain it caused. Stop revisiting those feelings. Stop. I said, why are you doing that? I said, the only time you feel bad is when you think about it, no? She said, yes. I said, so why would you think about it if it makes you feel bad? She said, well, sometimes I can't help it. I said, you can. It'll take practice, but you can. When that thought comes in your mind, you have a choice. You can acknowledge and accept it and dwell in it and sit in it and steam in it and fume in it and let it grow. Let it manifest into a disease in your body, a disease in your mind, a disease in your soul. Or you could acknowledge and dismiss it and replace the thought with something positive and refuse to allow it to simmer and grow. She said, you're right. She said, you're absolutely right. I said, I know. It's not about being right, though. It's about being better. Because honestly, all I want is for you to be better. This ain't going to do nothing for me. Other than the fact that, to give me joy, that you're healing. But this is you. You have to do this. And I think she received me. I think I was able to deposit something stronger, something bigger. And when I finished untangling her hair, she cried during the process because it hurt, but also because she saw something she hasn't seen in almost 3 years. A head full of healthy, happy, lustrous hair. Every time I detangled the section and I showed her, she looked, she was like, this is all my hair? She's like, it's out? And I'm showing her combing through it. She's crying. She couldn't believe it. She was very happy. And that fed my soul, y'all. That fed my entire soul. So I left her with the deep conditioning, sent her home in a shower cap. She's going to come back today, and I'm going to lace it. And I'm going to pour into her again. And I'm going to keep pouring into her. I'm going to make sure, I'm going to make it my business to check on her. Because why not? What are we here for if we're not doing that? Peace. I'm at the gym, about to work it out. Y'all bless up.